Hey y'all, this next unit is actually multi-weeks, so it's a multi-week research project. And this project is really for you. I want you to keep that in mind. This project is researching your future. So while I'm going to be assessing some language arts standards having to do with researching and citation, what we're researching is entirely up to you. So this project is designed to help you make thoughtful decisions about your future, whether you plan to go to college, join the military, go to the workforce. For this assignment, you're going to look more deeply into this question and you're going to start making decisions about your future. This is a research assignment, so all your sources must be documented. I can't emphasize that enough. Even though this is for you and your future, the research part is the important part that I'm assessing. So a research project without works cited is not a research project at all. But this is, like I said, this is going to be multiple weeks that we're working on this. So we're going to do this in steps. We're going to start by exploring. We're going to take some time to consider what you need to find out more about in order to make a decision about your plans after high school. It is certainly a waste of time to research a branch of the military in which you're nearly an expert, or a college which you have no intention of going to. So don't do this research project for Miss Langen. Miss Langen has already been to college. This is for you. Miss Langen has a job. This is for you. Miss Langen is not entering the military, but if you are, this is for you. So the next step will be researching. You're going to use the compare contrast handouts, and I'll show you those in just a minute, to guide you as you research your way through a college or a career or a branch of the military, whatever your future holds. You don't have to answer every question on the handouts, but you should feel free to add anything that interests you. As always, be sure to note your sources as you go. In the end of this multi-week, you will compile your research into a presentation, whether that's PowerPoint, Google Slides, Prezi, Canva, video, whatever. It does not matter to me. But the citations, again, are critical. And then you'll present, quote unquote, your research to the class by sharing it electronically. And I'll explain that more shortly. The first two assignments are simple, quickie things in school links. Those shouldn't give you too much trouble, but if they do, just reach out. School Links, by the way, is our new app that is replacing Naviance, but all of that will make sense once you look at it. What I really want to spend time looking at here is the handout that you will complete. So for this part of the assignment, this coming week, you're going to choose one of the handouts below to guide your research. You'll then make a copy of the handout. So you have to make your own copy on this assignment because I couldn't make copies of everything for everyone. It wouldn't have worked. So the important part is that you find the answers to your research questions and cite your sources. For example, college. If you know you plan to go to a four-year college, but you're not sure if it's going to be North Georgia or Kennesaw, you're going to use the first handout to compare the two. If you choose the military and you're set on going into the Army, at least take some time to compare it to another branch of the armed services so you know you're making the best choice. And finally, if you plan to go straight into the workforce after high school, have you explored your options where you're looking for a job? Alternatively, well, first let me show you these handouts. So I have handouts that you will make a copy of to use for this assignment, but as an alternative option, if you're not sure what you want to do, whether you want to go to a 2-year program or go right to the workforce, I've given you a blank chart here that you can use to create your own chart or list of questions to compare your options. If you're not sure if you should go to the military first to get funding to pay later for college, or if you think you're going to go straight to college and you're trying to compare military to college, you can use the blank chart then to create your list of questions and compare. I think this will make more sense if I just pull one of them up. So for example, the college and comparison chart. So if you are not sure whether you want to go to North Georgia or Georgia State, you're going to compare these two colleges using this handout. I have a list of questions you can consider, And then towards the bottom, I ask, what other factors do you need to consider? So answer the questions that are most relevant to you. If you don't care if they have sororities and fraternities, don't answer that. Answer what is important to you. Okay, looking at, for example, the military comparison. So if you're going to compare two branches of the military, there's a series of questions on the military. But again, answer the ones that are relevant to you and then answer additional questions that you need to know in order to make a good decision. And finally, like I said, the blank comparison says, okay, what are your options and what questions do you need to know when considering these options? So really, I'm doing this because I don't want this to confuse. You are starting your research on your future. I have the overview of it, some quick school links assignments to get you thinking, and then a handout to allow you to just start comparing ideas. Obviously, you are not committing to anything here. If you end up researching Kennesaw and UGA, but end up going to North Georgia, that's okay. So this is all for you to help you start looking at your options and making those decisions. But for this week, you're just doing 2 School Links assignments and 1 handout. Then we'll work on in later weeks on MLA formatting, APA formatting, in-text citations. We'll go on from there. So for this week, you are just completing some assignments and completing a handout. But it will take some time to find the answers to your questions, so make no mistake, give yourself plenty of time to complete this week's work. It is about your future. Good luck, and please reach out with any questions.